In the noise of the modern world, we rarely find ourselves alone. Our minds are constantly bombarded with distractions, thoughts, and opinions. But what if being truly alone could allow a shift that transforms your life? Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, believed in the idea of solitude as a way to excel his current self. When death was near, he began to write down his most personal thoughts and reflections, never knowing they would see the light one day compiled as meditations. This book became one of the pillars of Stoicism and the legacy of this emperor, as a timeless guide to live wisely in a world of chaos. Pay close attention. Today's video could change the course of your entire life. Before we dive into his profound insights, let's first take a moment to understand who Marcus Aurelius truly was. A philosopher, an emperor, a student and a father, besides being the most powerful man in the world at that time. Marcus Aurelius was born in 121 AD in a Rome that had a solid foundation, focused more on consolidating the empire's borders rather than expanding them further. Marcus Aurelius rose to power through a unique combination of adoption, mentorship, and imperial favor. His path to the throne was shaped by the Roman system of adoptive succession, which allowed emperors to choose a successor based on merit rather than birthright alone. During his time, he faced the disasters of a plague, personal tragedies such as the death of his brother and co-emperor, and even personal economical loss, selling the royal treasures in order to pay soldiers and stabilize the empire. All of this while holding the pressure of being emperor. His ascent to power was a testament to his Stoic values of duty and self-discipline, as he prioritized the welfare of the Roman Empire above personal ambition. His reign marked the last of the so-called 5 good emperors, a period known for capable and benevolent rulers. Regardless of what was happening on the outside world, Marcus always maintained inner calm, allowing him to detach from the never-ending turmoil in his form of solitude meditation. Not to run away from the world, but to contemplate life's truths and understand what's important. By doing so, he always returned wiser and stronger. He viewed solitude as the means to cultivate this strength, finding clear wisdom through quiet thinking. During his reflections, he came to understand the fleeting nature of life, the power of accepting what cannot be changed, and the value of focusing on what truly matters. As he wrote on his diary, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." His entire life was devoted to cultivating virtues such as discipline, courage, temperance, and justice, reminding us that our true duty as citizens of the world is to live in accordance with nature. His teachings rooted on that true strength comes from within. What disturbs us lies not in the external world, but in our perceptions and reactions. One of his famous teachings is to not be a slave to your emotions, stepping back and observing your feelings rather than being swept away by them. You gain clarity and peace. This emotional detachment is only possible through moments of quiet reflection. His approach is incredibly relevant today, in an era where our attention is constantly pulled in many directions. This practice can be immensely useful to anyone, but how can you actually apply his insights into the modern world? A little disclaimer: if you want to implement solitude in your life, I want you to keep in mind that being in solitude can slowly destroy you if you don't keep a positive, directed mind. Keep watching until the end to discover how to embrace solitude the right way. Marcus Aurelius encouraged solitude as a way to self-discovery and self-improvement. It is only in moments of quiet that we are truly able to observe our deepest thoughts and sharpen our minds to become better versions of ourselves without the influence and judgments of others. He urged people to question their motives, strip away their ego, and embrace humility. As he wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." In the book Meditations, Marcus Aurelius encourages us to create space for reflection in our day. These moments of solitude allow us to recalibrate, to find inner calm and clarity, to deeply examine our thoughts, and to align ourselves with our higher purpose. The key to achieving a state of mental clarity is practicing the slowing down of our thoughts, enabling us to detach from them. You can be mentally involved without being emotionally attached. Think about it. To create a new version of yourself or to solve a problem, you need to think freely, to open your mind, allowing you to develop a better version of yourself in this new mental room. Marcus Aurelius was an example of detachment, not only as when he auctioned the royal treasures and furniture for the well-being of his citizens, but most importantly, he learnt to detach from old perspectives, thoughts and relationships that didn't contribute to his future objectives. That is the mark of a true leader. Throughout Meditations, death is frequently emphasized, Marcus Aurelius reflected often in the impermanence of life, not as something to fear, but as a reminder to live fully. "It is not death that a man should fear," he wrote, "but never beginning to live." This is his core Stoic belief that obstacles are opportunities for growth and that you should approach each day as an occasion to value life's gifts. This are just few of the messages Marcus Aurelius left us in his Meditations, a guide to walk through life with understanding, happiness, and virtue. Today's world is very different from Marcus's time, and not everyone can handle being in solitude. The way in which we are all connected through social media, instant messaging, and so on, has had an impact in the way we develop ourselves. Most people, especially the young generation, are so caught up in constant activity that they can't handle even 5 minutes of silence. This practice involves spending time alone, but it doesn't mean you are lonely. It may be hard for some, as we, as humans, have evolved to thrive in groups, and going against this instinct can feel overwhelming at times. But I want you to understand this. Sometimes you have to distance yourself from the people you love in order to dwell into your mind and make the change that will make their life better. This is a problem we can fix by simply creating space for reflection in our day, whether through meditation, journaling, or simply sitting quietly. These moments of solitude allow us a deeper rest of the mind and a higher self-perception. If you are the type of person who rushes throughout the day and you feel like you don't have time for yourself, consider waking up 20 minutes earlier to relax while observing your thoughts. Each second will feel like a minute of pure breath and peace. After determining what your thoughts are, try to direct them in the way you desire. This could be a specific outcome for the day, or simply a more focused and calmed mind. You can do exactly the same right before going to bed, reflecting about your thoughts and actions while cultivating the exact mind frame you want to adopt for the following day. Ideally, do both. Any moment is a good time for this. Just step into a dark, quiet room and sit for 15 minutes. It's like hitting the reset button for your mind. Your brain will thank you for it. Consider also practicing a form of digital detox. Disconnecting from our devices periodically gives us the chance to experience solitude without external distractions. Marcus Aurelius didn't have to contend with social media, but he understood the value of withdrawing from the noise of others to focus on what truly matters to him. A very efficient habit, mainly practiced by royal families back in time, was to ride horses in nature under the sunlight. You don't need to get a horse for this. Simply take time to walk, preferably in nature, while letting your thoughts digest. Nature sounds and smells have a profound effect on the human brain, activating different regions that contribute to relaxation, mental clarity, and emotional balance. The path to self-mastery often requires walking alone. The journey toward true happiness is challenging, but the reward is undoubtedly worth it. Perhaps, like Marcus Aurelius, you too will benefit from this practice, deepening your wisdom and ultimately improving the lives of those around you. Thanks for watching. I hope you found real value on this video. Let me know in the comments what you would like to see next. Until next time.